Hi students, in this video we are going to discuss about multiprocessing and multitasking. Multiprocessing. It's the ability to execute multiple processes simultaneously. It's known as multiprocessing. Multiprocessor system. The system which are capable of performing this multiprocessing is known as multiprocessor system. But in a unipolar system, the execution of multiple processes simultaneously is not possible. Next, multi-programming. The ability of the operating system to have multiple programs which are ready for the execution in its memory is known as multi-programming. Then multitasking. It's the ability of the operating system to switch the CPU, means processor, from executing one process to other process is known as multitasking. Multitasking involves context saving, context switching, context retrieval. What is context switching? So it's the act of switching CPU among processes or changing the current execution context is known as context switching. Second one, context saving. The act of saving the current context for the currently running processes at the time of CPU switching is known as current context saving. So what and all will be saved in current context saving? Means register details and the program execution details and memory details, all the things will be saved. Third one, context retrieval. The process of retrieving the saved context details for a process is known as context retrieval. You can see here there are two processes, process 1 and process 2. Process 1 is in running state, means it is holding the CPU, it is executing the code. Okay, so it is in running state. Now you can see the execution switches to process 2 from process 1. So the CPU is going to switch from process 1 to process 2. So process 2 is going to get the CPU, so it can execute its code. So before making a context switching, one more thing will happen, that is called context saving. The details of the process 1 will be saved in process control block of that process, of that particular process. So once this happen, then context switching will happen. Okay, now the CPU is available with process 2, so the process 2 is executing, process 2 is in running state. So process 1 will go to ready state, means it will be available with wait list of operating system. So wait list is nothing but ready queue list only, that will be maintained by operating system. Okay, so it is now the process 1 is waiting for the CPU. Okay, so now execution switches to process 1 from process 2. Okay, now again context saving will happen. So all execution details of process 2 will be saved in process control block. After doing this, the CPU will be switched from process 2 to process 1. Now the process 1 is using the CPU so that it is again running. Now types of multitasking. There are three types: cooperative multitasking, preemptive multitasking and non-preemptive multitasking. First one, cooperative multitasking. This is the most primitive form of multitasking, because here the task or process gets a chance to have the CPU only when the currently using task or process voluntarily gives us the CPU. Okay, so here any task or process is allowed to keep the CPU as much time as they want. Okay. It is based on the mercy only. If the currently using process or task wants to give the CPU for the next process, then it can release. So until that it can keep the CPU. So here the disadvantage is other processes needs to wait for a long time. If the currently using process or task is not cooperative, then other process needs to wait for a longer time. This is the disadvantage in cooperative multitasking. Next one is preemptive multitasking. In preemptive multitasking, the operating system ensures that all the task or processor gets their chance to execute. Okay, so preemptive is nothing but temporarily stopping the execution. Okay, so the process which is keeping the CPU currently will be stopped after some time to give the chance to other process. Okay, for example, if there are three process means, and first process is keeping the CPU means, after some time process 1 should stop their execution and should release the CPU for the next process. Okay, so this preemption can be based on time slots or based on task process priority. The third one is non-preemptive multitasking. So non-preemptive multitasking means the task or process which is currently using the CPU can hold the CPU until it completes its execution or until it enters into the block state or wait state. So the process enters into the block state or wait state if it is not having the required resources. Okay, so it will go to block state and it will be waiting for the resources. Once it gets the resources, it receives from that block state and it executes. Okay, so in non-preemptive multitasking, the process is allowed to keep the CPU until it completes their execution or until it enters into the block state or wait state. So the difference between cooperative multitasking and non-preemptive multitasking is, in cooperative multitasking, though the process enters into the block state or wait state, it will not release the CPU for the other process. It can have the CPU with that, it can hold the CPU. But in non-preemptive multitasking, if the process enters into the block state or wait state, it should release the CPU for the other process. So this is the advantage in non-preemptive multitasking. Thank you.